What should your financial action items be to start the year? What's on your financial checklist? Well, I've got 4 items that should be. I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard, the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Recording this near the beginning of the year. I don't know when you're consuming it, but oftentimes we get towards the end of the year and life is such a rush and you got holidays and all that sort of stuff, and yet there's some crucial financial decisions or actions that you need to take in order to do things before the end of the year. And oftentimes it's then this breather of resetting and all right, now getting back into the groove after the holidays, blah, blah, blah. But listen, guys, you should have a financial checklist. There's some very important financial action items that you've got to make sure is done at the beginning of the year so that you set yourself up on the right path for the upcoming year. And don't wait too long until it's too late. So what should be on your financial to-do list, your financial checklist to start the year? I've got 4 items for you right now. Number 1 is you've got to update your retirement contributions. Now, most years, this is sort of like, well, has anything changed? No, not really. Okay, I'm keeping the same percentage. But guys, this year, going into 2023, retirement contribution limits changed significantly. And you're going to want to make sure if you're contributing to your Roth IRA automatically every month like I am, contributing to your 401k out of every paycheck like I know you are, or maybe contributing to your HSA or something like that automatically, you might not have accounted for these contribution limits changing. Your IRA now, your Roth IRA, your IRA, the contribution limits went from $6,000 a year to $6,500 a year. Now, that's an extra $500. You might say, well, that's not that much. Guys, over time, it adds up, right? It adds up. And so therefore, if you're contributing to that Roth IRA on an automatic basis and you're just doing, $500 a month, increase that a little bit to make sure that you max it out. If you're age 49, you were age 49, now you're 50. If you still feel like you're in your 40s or 30s or 20s, but you're actually in your 50s and you haven't updated your contributions to account for the catch-up, make sure you do so. The IRA isn't the one that got the big increase though, the IRA and Roth. It was the 401k. Your contribution limits increased $2,000 from $20,500 to $22,500. And if your goal is to max out your 401k or 403b every single year, you're going to want to make sure that your contribution percentage accounts for that. Plus, if you turned age 50 or are turning age 50 this year, your contribution limit didn't go from $20,500 to $22,500. It went to $30,000 because of how the catch-up contribution works as well. At the beginning of the year, you want to make sure that you go into your 401k or go into your contributions for your IRA and update that so you are contributing the right amount to make sure you max that out for the year. You don't want to figure this out in June. You don't want to look in September because, yes, would there be time to catch up? Probably, but it would require a lot of cash flow at that time. Might not work. Now, you might be listening to this saying, I'm not maxing my 401k. But you're listening because you want to get to that point. Fantastic. You can get there. But if you're not maxing it, if you're not maxing your Roth, just increase what you're doing then 1%. Every year, at the beginning of the year, I encourage everyone, increase what you're doing by 1%. That's not going to throw your entire financial life off kilter, off axis. It's not going to disrupt other financial goals that you got going on. Increase it by 1%. A couple years will add up. And if you do that every single time, and then pretty soon, 5-6 years from now, you'll be maxing that 401k like nothing. So, very first thing on your financial action items or to-do list, update your retirement contribution amounts. Second, and really this could be first, and that is write down your financial goals for the year. Write down your financial goals for the year. I am such a geek. I do believe in the power of goals. I believe in the power of written goals. Why? You have that accountability to yourself, okay? Share it with your spouse, share it with your certified financial planner. Oftentimes, we say a certified financial planner, their job is to provide clarity and confidence to your financial life, but also creativity. And if you share, hey, these are the goals I'm trying to accomplish financially, they might help you creatively solve them in ways that you didn't really know existed. One of my financial goals that I write down every single year is save 15% towards retirement. And so hopefully you're doing the same, something like that. But maybe this year you've got a goal of paying down debt, building up cash, doing a home improvement, something like that. Write down what your financial goals are. Share them with your spouse, share them with your certified financial planner, and strategize, get a plan together to ensure you accomplish those goals. Third thing that you should do right now on your action items for your finances is rebalance your investments. Guys, I just don't know. No one does. No one knows what the investments, what the stock market's going to do for the year ahead. Everyone's going to have their predictions. They're always wrong because no one can predict the future. And while right now, gosh, it seems like this sort of trajectory is what we're on pace for, something could change tomorrow. Something could change in a month. We just have no idea. And so how do you do that? What should you do with your investments in such an uncertain world? Well, be long-term focused, risk managing, and rebalance your investments periodically. We do that twice a year for a client. Some people do once a year. Some people do every quarter. It's up to you. Just make sure that you're doing it, okay? I would rebalance your investments right now. Log into your 401k, do that rebalance, talk to your CFP who's managing your Roth IRA or your IRA, something like that. Make sure they've done their rebalance, because what that does is areas that maybe have underperformed. We'll start with that one. That was supposed to be 20% of your overall portfolio. Because it's underperformed, it's now 18%. A different area maybe held a little bit more water last year, or maybe somehow did okay last year, and instead of being 10%, that's now 12%. Well, rebalance trims that 12%, trims the that growth, how that is now increased to more than what it should be. It sells off part of that and adds it to the areas that are a little bit smaller than where they should be. This is an unemotional way of selling high and buying low. That's how you make money in investment. So update or do your rebalance right now for your overall investments. And while you're there, make sure you're taking the right level of risk. Typically, each year, you're not changing your risk tolerance. So you may not have lots of changes there, but make sure that you're got the right risk tolerance, that you've got the right diversification, that you've got the right investment strategy. Now's the time to do that. Just did a video recently about how often should you make changes to your 401k. Once a year, maybe twice, and right now is one of those seasons. So make sure you update your investments, do your rebalance, and in your 401k, make sure you have it on an auto rebalance schedule where you automatically have a rebalance, and this isn't something you've got to remember to do each and every year. And then the fourth thing that I would encourage you to do right now on your financial action items, on your financial checklist, and it's very boring, but it's extremely important, update your budget. Update your budget. Just did this exercise for our family. It was not fun. It was hard. Things cost more than what I expected. It is just tricky. So update your budget. I tend to do that once a year or when there's big changes, and I'd encourage you to do that as well. Why? So you can feel bad, or you can go through that stressful process, or get in an argument with your spouse. No, for none of those reasons. So that you have clarity on where you stand financially. So that you have clarity where you stand financially. Listen, whether you want to admit it or not, there's only a certain amount of money coming in every month, and things cost, your lifestyle, things cost a certain amount. I mean, that's what it is. Having a budget is proactively looking at that and saying, all right, so in reality, how much money is coming in? In reality, how much do we, spend at the grocery store? What's the mortgage? What's the car loan? Blah, blah, blah. Does everything fit? And if things don't fit, all right, what adjustments do we need to make? Okay, what can we say yes to? And by saying yes to those things, what should we be saying no to? That's the process of budgeting. It's not fun at times, right? It's not fun, but it's crucial. It's important. The beginning of the year is a time to update that, so that should be on your financial checklist as well. There's a lot more. Work with your CFP, make sure that you've got all of those action items taken care of, and you're set up for financial success for the year ahead. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.